kick it into a lunge next, the right foot next to the right hand. You can drop the back knee. And now I want you to scooch your foot slightly in front of your hand, and it should be pointing outward. Now, the position might feel and look a little wonky. Gravity yoga is not about the pose, it's about the stretch. You want to feel it. You're going to feel the hip flexors, and if I'm getting so nervous now. If you're comfortable in doing so, I'll have you drop down to your elbows if that feels comfortable. And if that is a little bit too much of a stretch, we don't want any joint pain, then you can use some blocks nearby and just prop your elbows up ever so slightly to help you maintain that pose, because we're going to keep this one for 3 minutes. So once you're comfortable and ready, we're going to find our breath. In for 4, in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out for 8. In for 4, out for 8. Maintaining that breath. You might find that although this is a hip stretching exercise, you might be feeling it down in your legs, in your thighs, different parts of the body. And the body works with many systems interconnected. One affects the other. So shaking, perfectly normal. A little bit of trembling, that's fine. You need to adjust ever so slightly, that's okay. But I'd ask you try not to move too much. Taking that breath. The third principle of gravity yoga is to meet or beat your time. If you have to come out of the position early, that's fine. You can hold the child's pose, but be mindful of your time. So you're going to try and meet or beat it each time. This deep stretching, we're helping to elongate the muscles and the fascia, which are interconnected. One cannot move without the other. When you're ready, you can gently kick that leg behind. You can recover in child's pose for a minute. And we won't stay there too long. We're going to go back up to plank. And do a lunge with our left foot this time. Left foot comes up to the mat to meet the left hand. You can drop the back knee to the ground and help position that foot ever so slightly in front of your hand with the foot angled outwards. If you're comfortable to, you can stay propped up on your hands, or if you're comfortable, you can come down onto your elbows. And if that's too deep of a stretch, slight modification is to use the blocks. The left side might be different to the right. You might feel sensations in different part of the body, providing we don't have any joint pain or pressure pain. any pressure, pain on the foot or the knee, place a little padding, a little towel underneath. We want to find that stretch, but we don't want pressure and joint pain. We're going to find our breath and hold for another 2.5 minutes. So in for 4. Out for 8. In for 4. And out for 8. Sure to keep that neck relaxed, shoulders relaxed. A lot of it's a mental game. These deep stretches may cause a bit of instability in lactic acid, and it's best to do these after strenuous exercise, because you may lose a bit of mobility for the first 2 hours. When you're ready, kick your left foot back into downward child pose. Quick recovery. And the next pose we are going to do is the double pigeon. I'll have you, when you're ready, we'll sit down with one leg parallel to the top of your mat, and your other leg comes to stack over top the bottom leg, so that knees and ankles are stacked over top one another. And a variation you might want to do here is to place a block if your knee doesn't want to go all the way down, and we are going to place both elbows. We're going to stack them on top of the knee and the ankles, and stretching out long, we are going to bend over and feel that extra stretch, and we're going to lower the head, relax the neck, and fall into this stretch and let gravity do the work here. So we'll find our breath again to inhale through the nose to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 8 through the mouth. Invite you to stay into this pose for the full 5 minutes, because we're looking for that maximum time under passive tension once the stress reflex has let go, and really getting that deep stretch and These stretches help with the way we walk, if we sit with our legs crossed, general mobility. Best time to do it is in the evening, and to get the best results, consistency. 15 minutes a day is all it takes, providing you follow the 3 principles. 4 to 8, nose to mouth, wet noodle, and meet or beat your time. When you're ready, I'll have you come back up. You can place your hands behind you, pointing the opposite direction to your feet, and with your feet about shoulder width apart, I'll have you lift your hips up to the sky for a tabletop pose. We'll do 3 of these. So hands facing the back wall away from the feet. Lift up, hips up to the ceiling, head back, relax, and come back down. Good. Deep breath in as we lift our hips up towards the ceiling. Up, up, up. Head goes back, relax, and come back down. These are called reset poses. One more tabletop. Lift your pelvis up, your hips to the ceiling. Tilt your head back, relax, and come down. Great. Now, the next pose we are going to do is called the jackknife blaster. You're going to need to find the edge of the wall